Hello, everyone. Today is Wednesday, July 19th, and this is the Cluster API office hours. If you are joining us for the first time or need a reminder, you need to join the SIG cluster lifecycle mailing list in order to get access to this agenda document. And I also just want to remind everyone that we are abiding by the CNCF Code of Conduct. If you'd like to speak up, please raise your hand and I'll make sure you get a chance to speak. All right, so if you are able to, please add your name to the attendee list. That helps us keep an idea of who's joining these meetings. And if you have any agenda items or any topics you want to bring up, any questions, feel free to add them under discussion topics. So first off, we usually like to start by giving a chance to anyone who's new to the meeting to say hello and introduce themselves. So if that's you, if you want to say hi, I will go ahead and mute and feel free to speak up and say hello.
I'm Nolan. I've been on community calls a few times. I know some of you here, but I'm at Red Hat and looking to get more involved with CAPI. So I think you'll be seeing me around some more.
Awesome. Hi, Nolan. Welcome. Anyone else?
Abdurrahman here. I have also been to a few meetings. Yeah, and I have recently begun getting into the whole CAPI ecosystem, and I'm looking forward. So, yeah.
Hi, Abdur. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Okay, if not, let's move on. Welcome new folks. Let's see, open proposals. I don't know if there is anything right now that is active. Does anyone have anything to say about a proposal that's either here or missing that we should talk about? All right, we're also at the very end of the release cycle, so I would expect most new proposals to start popping up in the new cycle after the release. Speaking of release, comms team, you have the first item about the 1.5 release. Who's taking that one? And let's go ahead.
I can take it. So yeah, thanks, Cecile. Hey, everyone. We released CAPI 1.5.0 release candidate 1 yesterday. It's a release candidate, so that means it's up for testing, should only be used for testing. So if you find any issues, please file a bug. And we'll be releasing 1.5.0 on July 25th. Once again, thank you all contributors.
Thank you, Nawaz, and thank you, release team. Thanks for the update. Does anyone have any questions for the release or about the release candidate or about the release timeline? All right, and I see Fabrizio saying kudos to the release team in the chat. Indeed, kudos. All right, Fabrizio, you have the next one.
Yeah, thank you. So I just want to add, I really appreciate the work on the release team and this cycle, the dedication on keeping the CI signal green and chasing flags has been exemplary. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, getting back to thanks. Someone pointed me to this CNCF case study from Mercedes-Benz. The document is worth a read for everyone working in Cluster API, so I echoed here. But there is a statement that really make me proud and happy, and it is where Mercedes-Benz folks are basically saying that working with this SIG has been a pleasure, and that it is likewise for us working with Mercedes-Benz, and that it was also an opportunity for them to to shape our internal process up on top of community process. So I think this is really inspiring for everyone in this meeting. So spread the word. This good publicity for everyone working upstream.
Thanks for sharing, Fabrizio, and thanks, Mercedes-Benz, for doing this. All right. Unless there are any questions or comments, let's move on to the next one. Richard.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, so I represented CAPI last night on the Choose Your Own Adventure show. I gave a 5-minute pitch for CAPI. So voting is open on the, I guess, this stage of the path to production. So Crossplane versus CAPI for cluster provisioning. So feel free to vote. I guess the second part to that is all of the materials, so the slides and the demo are in that second link in the repo. So if anyone that ever wants to reuse those, feel free to use them. That's it, really. Thank you.
That's really cool. Thanks, Richard. Thanks for doing this. So what happens with the winner? What do you get if you win?
Nothing really. I guess they take the chosen CNCF product, or sorry, project for that part of the path to production, and so they will use it to implement the cluster creation and cluster lifecycle management for that story. So there will be material that comes out the back of this as well.
Cool. All right. Well, everyone, check it out if you're interested. Awesome. So this brings us to the end of our very short discussion topic section today. Is anyone wanting to add any ad hoc topics or questions or call outs or anything really? All right. If not,
Sorry, Cecile.
Yeah, go for it, Fabrizio.
Quick call again for providers. Test RC1, send feedback. We still have some time to get bug if we catch them early.
Absolutely. And then, yeah, I guess this is also provider update session. So do any of the providers have any updates on their adoption of 1.5 or any release callouts or anything? Matt?
Sure. I don't know if our experience is representative, but and I think maybe I said this last week, but we've been trying to integrate RC0 and we'll update RC1 today. Everything looks fairly straightforward, although there's a fair amount of code change due to controller runtime being updated. But in our case, we're kind of stuck because we depend on this other library that is not yet updated controller runtime. So we're not able to run all our tests quite yet. So I'm thinking about some way to work around that, even if it's temporary, just so we can actually get tests to run. But anyway, that's as far as we've gotten. The one other thing maybe this crowd would be interested in is we're promoting a couple people to maintainer, John Hune and Ashutosh Kumar, and then David Justice, who you probably all know is moving to emeritus maintainer because he's just too busy to take on PRs. Sorry, I went a little off topic there.
No, thank you, Matt. Those are good updates. And congrats to Ashutosh and John. And thank you to David for all his contributions. Any other provider updates?
I don't see any mention about cluster API provider GCP, but even though I haven't taken part on the release, I would like to point out that it's been released, I think, on Friday. So yeah, it's available 1.4.0. So I will add it to the notes later if you want to take a look. But yeah, kudos to Richard and Carlos who worked on it.
Awesome. Thanks for the call out. All right. Anything else? All right. If not, this was a short meeting. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining and see you online. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.